With all the success, with all the women, with all the money, it still wasn't enough. The void was there.
Kent Bryant worked as a scout for one of the hottest record labels in New York City. But this wasn't his first career choice. At age 12, he was already 6'3" tall. His dream was to become a superstar in the NBA.
It was a thrill of a lifetime, you know, to play basketball and to enjoy it and just to have that great competition.
By his senior year, he became high school All-American, which guaranteed a full ride at a number of Division I universities. He decided on San Diego State.
Just having the ability to shoot the basketball and to drive to the basket was just one of my specialties. And, you know, they used to call me K-Swish. You know, I used to drop in that net at all times.
But instead of focusing on basketball and his grades, Kent turned his attention to other pursuits. By the time he graduated from college, he'd become a drug dealer.
My friends and the people that I hung out with called me the pharmacist. And that name was given to me because I really knew how to dice it up and serve it up well.
Kent lost his shot at the NBA, and with it his dream of superstardom. And the thousands of dollars a week he was making as a dealer did little to fill a growing emptiness inside. So he started using the drugs he sold.
Drugs just kept me numb. You know, just drinking and smoking and sniffing cocaine and just living a crazy lifestyle and just blacking out, you know, meeting a girl at a club or at a bar or something and just going home with her or going to a hotel. And
one day, Kent was introduced to Sean P. Diddy Combs, who was in the beginning stages of starting Bad Boy Records. Kent joined the company as a scout to develop and promote new music artists. Working with Diddy brought a new kind of high.
Music industry, Bad Boy Entertainment, it was fast-paced. A lot was coming at you all the time. A lot of success, a lot of fame, working with such artists as the Notorious B.I.G., Faith Evans, Craig Mack. The list just goes on and on. You can throw a party and have your artists come and charge at the door, and you can make up to $30,000 to $40,000 on a given night.
Kent's tenacity and ability to develop new talent earned him the name Top Dog. He loved the lavish lifestyle that came with the title, but one morning, after an all-night party, he came face to face with how bankrupt his life had become.
This suicidal thought just came to me, like, you know, here you are. Everything that you felt that you desired, that you needed, with drugs, with money, with women, with notoriety, everything you have, but yet there was still this void, this emptiness. When I grabbed this rail and I'm looking over and I'm ready to just jump, and then I just heard a voice saying, I have a plan for you. You know, I have work for you. No, you don't want to do that. And it was as if hands were just pushing me back from the rail.
Less than a month later, Kent became seriously ill. In 2 days, he lost 22 pounds.
The destructive life that I led and sleeping with so many different women and having unprotected sex. I thought I had the AIDS virus. I thought I was dying.
At the hospital, Kent discovered that he didn't have AIDS, but a bad case of food poisoning. While recovering at home, his friend Steve paid him a visit.
I started talking to him and I told him that I got saved. And he didn't really understand what saved meant, so he thought that maybe I had some beef on the street.
And I said, saved from who? You had problems in the street and you didn't come and get me?
Then I explained to him that saved meant Jesus saved me from my sins. And I gave my heart to the Lord, and you know, I'm going to church now.
And he had a Bible in his hand, and he opened the Bible up, and he read John 3:16 to me, started reading other scriptures, and I'm looking at him like, Steve, the same guy I used to do drugs with and run with in the music industry, and he's talking to me about Jesus.
I was like, Kent, God is real, and he loves us, and he wants you to know him. And I told him that God had me praying for him, and God sent me here to tell him about the gospel. And he started to listen.
Kent quit his job at Bad Boy Records and began to read the Bible.
Here it is, a thug, a dude from the music industry, and a drug addict, and I left all of that behind. I'm reading the Bible now, staying up all night, reading book after book, studying, looking up words.
Then one Sunday, Kent went to church and surrendered his life to God.
Went straight to the altar. And I remember getting ready these two brothers came and they approached me and they laid their hands on me and they started to pray. But I started to pray for myself and I started to talk to God for myself. And I lifted my hands and I said, God, if you can take away this lust within me, I'll give you my life. And these guys, their voices just dwindled away. I didn't hear them anymore. And I had a divine encounter with God right there. And the Holy Spirit filled me, took away my sin, my shame, my guilt, everything that I was struggling with, forgave me of everything that I did. And it was as if God himself embraced me. I was different. I was changed right there in a moment. And here I am, 9.5 years later, happily married. And God has so kept me. And I can tell you this, that the Lord is so awesome that I've never cheated on my wife. Never. From the lifestyle that I led, that is the most powerful part of my testimony to me. Because I know the things that I did. And I know the lifestyle that I led. And he has kept me. He's kept me.
Today, Ken is in full-time ministry. He travels around the country with Urban Impact, sharing his testimony and holding basketball clinics for at-risk youth.
Jesus has a plan for our lives, no matter what rock you crawled out from up under, no matter what lifestyle that you were in, how much sin you committed. God is big enough and strong enough to forgive you and to show you his plan for your life.